Angela, while I'm still with you, you'll recall the infamous New York car chase. It's back in the papers this week. Why is that?
Look, it's really interesting because Harry has basically made a claim with the New York police. So we've seen two letters come out. One letter has back in September 2022 said that there was no need for prosecution or there was no evidence of anything criminal in that car chase in New York. A few months later, in December, the head of intelligence within the New York City Police Force just found that yes, there was grounds for prosecution of a couple of people. Now, of course, all that time has now passed, and Harry is saying, why has there not been any action on this? This is really interesting. The messaging is coming from their security company, but he will not let this one go. We all laughed about it at the time because it seemed, it didn't, he was using words like catastrophic, and it didn't seem like that. There was, people were refuting that people can actually drive that fast in crowded New York City. There was claims that people were driving super fast. But look, I would like to get to the bottom of this. It's not clear. It's a slightly opaque story. And if there are, after all this time, if there really are people that should be prosecuted, then that should happen. This is one of those rare occasions where I understand why Harry is pushing it through.
Yeah, it will be very interesting to see what does come out of that, because I agree with you. I think there is more. Now, Pandora, I feel like the Christmas period always lends itself to some very interesting opinion pieces. Piece in the Telegraph about who makes the decisions in the Sussex household. What's your view?
Yeah, look, ladies, I'm going to be really brutally honest here. I think this commentary piece is reaching, but that's the whole point of commentary pieces. This is by Michael. In the same piece, he says that most wives in the household were in charge of writing the Christmas letters and the Christmas cards. For goodness sake, we're in 2024. But I would say that perhaps this is leading to other events which have happened over the past few years where we've seen Harry and Meghan's relationship develop. The end of the story is, if Harry wasn't with Meghan, then he wouldn't have, left the other side of the world, would he? That is it. But that's what you do for love,
that's what
right?
It comes down to.
Yeah, that's exactly what it comes down to. And ultimately, signing off happy holidays instead of happy Christmas does not show a power dynamic. I think that's just a reflection of where they are in their life. The sentiment is very much still the same. Of course, if he was in the royal family, maybe he would have signed it off slightly differently. But Prince Harry, as we all know, ladies, if he doesn't like something, he will be very vocal about it. So I'm sure this card was very off from them both.
Now, ladies, very, very quickly, I have 30 seconds each for you. What are your predictions for 2025? Angela, starting with you.
My predictions for 2025 is, it's more a wish, Caroline. I hope that the King is declared cancer-free. That would be my number one for the royal family. They've had a really tough year, and in the same way that we felt that relief when Catherine did that video, to have a man who has waited in the wings all his life to do this job, within seconds virtually of arriving in the role, he finds himself battling cancer, not being able to do elements of the job, and he's pressed on in such a remarkable manner. That's the one thing I would like to see predictions. My other big prediction is that Prince Andrew is going to get a letter from the palace saying, you don't have to do any more work, just sit back, we're going to pay you to be quiet, to not go out of the house, to not meet with anybody. And I'm also predicting that we're going to see a little bit more of Prince George as he turns 12 this year and comes towards his teenage years, and of course that age when he will be very cognizant of the role ahead of him.
Absolutely. Pandora, your prediction?
I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of Catherine, which I think will be very, very welcome, and everyone will absolutely love seeing more of her. And I think we'll probably hear a little bit more about her journey and what she's had going on with her health when she is ready to hear so. And I think it will be very much welcomed and will bring great support for many people around the world. I'm very much with Angela. I do hope that the King, continuous treatment is positive, and that he is cancer-free by the end of the year. And I hope, for the sake of the royal family, that they don't get any more Netflix dramas about them, because I think a year without dramas would be a year that they'd be very happy about. It's been a very dramatic few years for the royal family, so I hope this year can bring them some peace.
Absolutely. Angela, Pandora, thank you so much for joining us.